Hello guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel once again. This is the second episode of Introduction to Adobe Premiere Pro CC 2021. We are trying to guide you on how you can start using Adobe Premiere in editing your videos now, so that you can edit your videos and get a professional look using Adobe Premiere Pro CC 2021. There's a lot of advancements in this particular software that we're going to look at. But remember, we're just on the introductory level. As we continue doing this kind of tutorials, you'll get to know more. So this particular time, if you've not yet subscribed on this channel, please consider subscribing, share, comment, continue watching. And I like when you continue watching my content and I can see the views are growing. Thank you so much for those who are committed in watching the content that I produce here. So I will not waste too much time. Let's jump into the tutorial, into the screen. Let's do the next slide. The last time we were talking about the workflows, what comes first, what follows, so that you can finalize the project. Before you export, you have to import. So there's a guide, a shortcut guide that you have to follow. First, you'll start by starting and opening your project. So it will be saved as PR. The extension file name is .prproj, so Premiere Project. So first of all, you'll have to start by creating your project. The second one, you have to capture, import videos and audio files if you have voiceovers. So you import them into that project panel. The third one is assemble and refine your sequence. Now, when you're on the sequence panel, you will be cutting in and out and refining so that you see the stories flowing. Then the fourth one is adding titles. So if there is any captions, if there is any titles that you have to put in the introduction, if there is any lower thirds that you have to put there, we will learn that deeply in future videos. Then the fifth one is adding transitions. So you must add transitions there so that you don't have jump cuts. Make sure that you have, if you want to put, you're introducing a different scene of the same video. So you need to transit it from this scene to the other scene visually, very beautifully. The sixth one is mixing your audio. This is very advanced. We're going to look at it later, very soon, in other videos. And then the last one is exporting your video file. So you have to export it in different formats, depending on the target that you are. But normally for us, we export it as the drives or external hard drives or whichever storage devices that we have on our computers. That's where we normally export files to. So I'm going to jump into the Premiere and just use this as a guide at the back of your head. Just put it there so that you always remember you have to follow this kind of a workflow. This is how it normally works, so that it can better ease you not to waste too much time when you come to your projects. But maybe you're importing, and then you want to start color correction, and then no, just follow simple guidelines so that you don't have to stumble into a lot of wasting too much time. So we have our Premiere, and this is the timeline that I use for editing the tutorials that you're watching here. So I use this timeline. The project, I'll just create a new project so that you see. So this, actually this new sequence. New sequence, you have to create it by, we have shortcuts. You either come to File, I'm using a Mac, and then New Project or Sequence. You understand me? So you have to go to File, that is the long way. The second way, now you have a project you've already created. You can come here, there is a new item below here. Just select on that new item, and then you can see you're creating a sequence. So those are the ones that you can use your mouse to navigate through to get that particular section. Or you can simply just press Command N, and then you will be creating a new sequence. Those are the shortcuts for creating a new sequence. So the setting for my sequence is normally DSLR 1080, and I'm using 25 frames per second. So, and then here I will rename the sequence. I will go through these kind of sessions slowly by slowly. So this is a sequence that I'm using, which is 1920 by 1080. So for example, I want to use a sequence for Facebook or Instagram, and I don't want the 16:9 aspect ratio, because this aspect ratio is the widescreen aspect ratio, which is 16:9. So maybe I want the 1:1 aspect ratio that is meant for Facebook or Instagram. So I'll just come to this DSLR and then 1080, and then on the settings here, I'll have to come here on this place for 1920. I'll put 1080, and then it will be 1:1 aspect ratio. Remember, it has to be square pixel 1.0. So, and then down here I can rename it, and then I can also save this as a preset so that it can be there. When I save it as a preset, you will find it down here. So it will be on the customs, and I already did this previously, so this is the one that I normally use for Facebook. And when you open this one, you'll find that the aspect ratio is different. It is no longer 16:9, it is actually 1:1. So that is how to create a sequence on Premiere with two different variations, two different parameters, two different aspect ratios. So the video is 1080, but I'm using two different, because what guides me to do this one is the output format. If I want this video to go to TV, I will not use 1080 by 1080. I will use 1920 by 1080 because I want it to go to TV. I want it to go to YouTube. I'll use 1920 by 1080. But I want it to go to Facebook. I will use 1080 by 1080. That is just something that you always have to put at the back of your mind. So that is a sequence we've already created. Now, let's say I want to create the normal one. I'll just go back, and then I'll navigate to DSLR 1080, and then I'll take with the 25 frames per second. And then down here where we say sequence name, I'll just name the project that I'm editing. On this one, I'll just do, it's a trial, and then I'll click on OK, and then our sequence will be clean. So we have already created the sequence. You can see that it's two different formats, the one for Facebook and the one for YouTube or TV, or the widescreen format. The one by one is for Facebook and Instagram. The other one is 16:9 is for YouTube and TV and films and those kind of things, for example. Now, if you haven't yet liked, shared, subscribe to this channel, I want to urge you, because of the kind of knowledge that you're sharing on this channel, it is very important for you, especially if you want to continue learning these particular trainings that I'm doing for Adobe Premiere. Remember to subscribe, like the videos, share, comment, ask your questions so that you can see what else we can be developing on this particular channel. Till we meet again, thank you so much.